Hey everybody, so it's me, Jokey Pants. Aye. So we have a bunch of things going on with patreon.com/oddcastn. I'll put it on the screen somewhere in this vicinity. But anyway, so we have things going on. So we have a bunch of bonuses. Me and Maverick have done Ed, Ed and Eddie. We did the Ed, Ed and Eddie Big Picture Show movie. We did Kids Next Door, and we did the Operation Zero movie. And currently we're doing Dexter's Lab as a bonus. That'll be going up. By the time you're seeing this, the Dexter's Lab one will also be up. But more importantly, we're bringing back the worst nostalgia trip ever taken. The worst nostalgia trip ever taken. That's right, I do the intro for that one. Me and Unrefney worked together behind the scenes to do the intro for that show. And had a lot of fun. Just boom, 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 boom.
Worst nostalgia trip ever taken. Worst nostalgia trip ever taken.
It was a lot of fun doing it. But anyway, so worst nostalgia trip ever taken. Put it on the screen again. The show's coming back. It's Maverick's show. He was very upset that he hadn't been able to record it. But that's because obviously Heather, his sister, Refney's wife, they decided to start having kids. So then Heather couldn't record anymore. And Maverick wants to bring it back. So we're going to bring it back. But we're going to do a bonus series on patreon.com/oddcastn. We're doing Ninja Turtles Next Mutation, a terrible series. Luckily, it's only one season. It'll be about 13 episodes in total, because we're doing it double episoded. So that'll be a thing to go check out on Patreon at the $1 tier. We're going to have the bonus we're going to have the bonus mini-series of worst nostalgia trip ever taken with that, and then we're going to be going back in and doing Big Bad Beetleborgs Metallics! The fucking intro music, man. Jesus. So just stay tuned for all that, and thank you for supporting us, and stay out, stay happy. Goodbye, everyone. Get into it.
Worst nostalgia trip ever taken.
Do you by any chance happen to be in special ed?
Tried to leave, but Bubble Teaser held me down. I was raped by Mr. Mistopheles.
We were made for loving you folks, and you hate us because we watched this movie. Although I have some thoughts by the end of this, and boy, this is possibly the weirdest movie we've ever covered on this show. I thought we'd seen bad, and this was, I don't know what to categorize this as. Oh wow, we'll get into it. But as always, Jokey Pants here with me, Cerebral Paul. He's the one who picked this one, so.
No, wait, I didn't necessarily pick it. I found it.
Trying to deny it.
I know. I found it. And really, it was all because I was doing something and it came up on an ad for YouTube.
What are you doing?
Well, it was one of those like it may have been Facebook where they show you the little clip of whatever. And that's when I messaged you and said, you got to see this thing. I mean,
oh yeah, this was this was a movie that somebody got paid to make. Sorry, folks. It's hard for me to think about this movie and not lose my mind because this movie was. So I gotta collect myself. I'm thinking about.
Are you going to be able to get through this? Because they're not going to be able to understand a word you say if you can.
Oh, sorry, folks. This movie broke me. Okay, like trying to watch this, I was taking clips the entire time and sending it to the group chat with the guys, with like on Snapchat. And I was like, "This movie, I'm only like 15 minutes in, and what the fuck is this?" Oh, so we're talking about a movie that was hidden and was buried in the lexicon of movies that should have never been made, and it should have stayed that way, but it didn't. So here we are. Oh, we're talking about Never Too Young to Die from 1986, which the reason I was like, oh, we could definitely do that, is Paul over here said, yeah, it has Gene Simmons and John Stamos. I think we saw Robert Englund's in the casting, and I'm like, that sounds interesting.
I didn't even see Robert Englund until I actually watched the movie. Actually, I didn't see.
So we watched this. Good God, folks. So right off the bat, the director for this freaking movie is Gil Bettman. And if you've never heard of him, it's probably for a good reason. He's done like one-off episodes on various TV shows. Looking at his credits, he's mostly done Sammy Hagar music videos. And that's like a good chunk of his credits for directing, which might explain a bit about this. So right off the bat, I just want to say, Never Too Young to Die is a movie that if you bring this up to Gene Simmons, he'll tell you have terrible taste, and also, why the hell were you watching that? Get away from me, and he will not sign it. So there's that.
I didn't see where he said he wouldn't sign it, but he does call it out as one of the, that he's...
The worst thing I've ever done, which is saying something. He's, Kiss has a history. And Gene especially. But anyway... so we were talking about this before we recorded. This movie came out in 86 and then was never seen again. The only reason anyone knows about this now is, as Paul had pointed out, the Shout Factory company somehow got the rights, which I also want to question who the hell was looking at getting the rights for this thing. And then they redistributed it in 2017. Yeah. So then they were like, hey, we'll put it out on Blu-ray, DVD and stuff. This is a movie nobody's seen. And this is a Pandora's box that just shouldn't have been opened.
Well, and the thing is, if you know anything about Shout Factory, they pull up and they buy rights to a bunch of old shows and stuff I grew up on, stuff even older than that. And they make it available to people. They don't seem to care if they make any money on it. It's just here, now you can, it's almost like television and movie preservation is what it is. They rescued things that would have never seen the light of day and probably would have been lost to history. So I give a lot of credit to Shout Factory. In fact, Shout Factory is the only group that, I don't know if you know anything about WKRP. A lot of times the syndicated versions and the versions you were previously able to get did not have the original music. Because of the music rights. So they always had some really bad, not even cover songs, just shit to cover up the sound.
Just to fill in.
And Shout Factory spent the money and got the rights to like 85 to 90% of the original music that was used in the show. And you can buy that set now and see WKRP the way it was intended to be seen. So they don't mess around.
But like to that point, like I commend them for like putting things out there. They're
right.
This one, as I said, I'll say it again. This one just shouldn't. This one shouldn't have got that treatment. But hey, I respect what they do. That's very cool of them.
What's interesting? It was shot. You said 82, right? Or what? 84, right?
86.
86, rather. So John Stamos was 2 years into his run on General Hospital. He was a hot property at the time. This was before Full House. This was when he was basically the heartthrob guy. He was, and interesting. I think this may have been. I was about to look up Gene's thing too. This may have been before Runaway and before Wanted Dead or Alive, which are two decent movies that he's a bad guy in. This movie, not so much. Yeah.
This movie can't decide what the hell it's trying to be. And like, any point. It just confused me the more this movie went on, because I was just like, there's like 3 different movies, 3 different movies being thrown in here.
According to what I read on IMDb, it started out, it was going to be like the Son of Bond type of idea.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff was added later, because you could see the bones of that throughout. That, Stamos' character is the son of a secret agent,
Yeah, this was pitched. So MGM, they recently sold all the rights to like everything to Amazon because why not, I guess. But like MGM has always owned James Bond, and like they were the ones who distributed. So this was pitched to them as, exactly as I said, like Son of Bond. Like, what if we do a James Bond, but he's younger? And then to them, that's pretty enticing. Like, hey, James Bond makes a ton of money. If we make a younger whatever, that could work. It's not how this movie turned out. I don't know who got their hands on the scripting at some point, but man, there are some choices made. Also, two little things here is John Stamos apparently took gymnastics lessons to do this movie, which good on him, I guess, doing the effort. Don't know if he really needed to, but hey, good for you.
If that was him on the trampoline at the beginning that we saw, then yes, he needed that.
Supposedly, from what I'm seeing, like he took a whole bunch of lessons for a couple months, whatever, like because he knew he was going to be a gymnastic kid, whatever. So like, good on him. Like that's a cool skill that you took there. Wasted on this movie, but good for you.
Well, except for the first 10 minutes where you watch him bounce up and down.
And then the other little tidbit that just made me stop and go, "Wow!" Before I even watched the movie.
Because I'm just saying, if you would have tried that stuff on a trampoline, you would have broke yourself.
Oh, I broke my neck. Okay. Yeah, I would have broke my neck immediately. That's my fear, seeing any of that. But the other thing is that the costume that Gene Simmons wears was worn by Linda Carter when she did a parody thing of Kiss. She did "I Was Made for Loving You," and apparently he got his hands on it and wore it for this movie. Again, because Gene has an ego, I guess. I don't.
Now, so for the viewers and listeners, I want you to picture Gene Simmons in the bustier from Rocky Horror Picture Show, because that's what he looked like. He looked like he was going to break into Sweet Transvestite.
Oh.
When they first showed him, I was waiting for him to go, "How do you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman."
So, folks, I have some notes in here, and you may question why I worded some things. This movie has things from Mad Max, where it just makes you go, why was that a choice for the villain? Okay. You have the Bond things, but then there is Gene Simmons, who seems like he was just like a Rocky Horror Picture Show as a villain, and he even has his own little, manslave. And I'm just like, what? Again, what the hell were the choices with this movie? There's 3 different movies in here.
And at the end of the movie, he does scream, "I am a man, I am a woman," but we won't get into that.
We'll when we get to the ending, folks. My God. So this movie opens up. The immediate note I had is this movie would drive Maverick absolutely nuts, because they have a black filter to make it seem like it's nighttime. And I was like, hey, that would drive Maverick nuts.
Oh, day for night. They did that a lot in here, and because they didn't have cameras that could do otherwise, really.
Oh, but it would just PTSD him for his Power Rangers, that poor man. We can't. I didn't know how to word this, but it goes. We're at the Hoover Dam. Which also, I tried talking about this movie to Sergeant Redacted the other day, and he's like, but that doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm like, yeah, I know, and there's about nothing that made sense of this. And he's like, because the plot for this movie is what I explained to him, and he went, the Hoover Dam's used for power. I went, according to this movie, it does more than that. And he went, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I was like, that's the least of your problems here, buddy.
By the way, I want to fill in a gap. So in 1984 is when he did Runaway with Tom Selleck, Gene Simmons. This was done in 1986, but released before Wanted Dead or Alive, the movie he did with Rutger Hauer.
Okay.
So this is right in the middle.
In between.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a terrible in between.
I can only assume he lost a bet. That's all I can think.
I would maybe. I would hope for him being in this movie. Speaking of which, we get, again, I didn't know how to word this, but it's like punk mosh pit thing going on. I was so confused what the hell was going on here. I see mohawks. I see like skulls on belts. No fucking clue.
Part of that's where the Mad Max thing came into the weird hairdos and shit that were
through the whole movie. This is our bad guys. They looked like they were just straight out of Mad Max for whatever fucking reason. This is the villains of this movie. But speaking of Gene Simmons, we get the cross-dressing Gene Simmons as Ragnar. We'll find out there's more to it than just that, but it's just like, again, what the hell were the choices here? And he talks about
his full name was Velvet von Ragnar. Okay.
Yeah, Velvet. I fucking can't with this movie. But he talks about his plan is to poison the water supply to the city. And it's like, okay, interesting. We're opening with villains like I'm gonna kill everybody. But also, I'm gonna have to question this later when they show the poison of the fuck this actually is, because it didn't seem like I will get to it, but I'm jumping ahead because I'm remembering as we talk here. But yeah, so he has a woman who's on an X, not a cross, it's an X, like she's gonna be put in the ground, but they throw her into a fucking hole, and I'm like, okay, this is strange. Typically when I see those in a movie, they're like strapped up to the desert to die, but I guess we're burying her like, I don't know. And apparently she stole a disc that he needs to poison the water supply, something about a mainframe. She doesn't have it, and then we just get the Stargrove, who will be important when he shows up here in a minute. But it's just, he throws that line out there, and then we get everybody chanting, and I had to rewind and be like, what the fuck? Give her the finger. And I went, did Paul pick a porn? Did Paul accidentally pick a porn parody?
No, remember, he had his coke nail. He had his coke nail.
That's literally how I have it. He just has a giant coke nail.
Stargrove.
Please don't kill me.
Next time, sweetheart, be careful who you choose as your lovers.
Oh, and he stabs her in the throat, which apparently, I guess, is his signature thing. He does that to a few people in this movie. He just like hits your jugular and you bleed out. I guess. I mean, sure. You know, we're just gonna say sure, because there's other choices that will happen later. So she's dead, and then it just literally cuts over to title, which they put too young in like 80s yellow bold font, and then to die is in like blood. It's just like, again, what is this movie trying to be? I don't know. Oh, but this is where you're introduced to John Stamos, and this is our Lance Stargrove, and he's doing gymnastics.
Actually, you left out an entire sequence before that, but
did I? What am I forgetting? Like, my notes immediately jumped to that.
The guy's breaking into. He was even before the bit with him out of his makeup. Was the guys jumping, blowing the wall and getting whatever they had to get, and then.
Oh, that comes after, because I have that on my notes right after this.
Actually, I think we were introduced to Stamos before. I mean, after that.
No, it's
okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty sure. But how many times I had to rewind this goddamn movie because I fucking laughed. Because we go John Stamos, we get a theme song about Stargrove.
It's just the word Stargrove repeated ad nauseum. I mean, it really is.
80s disco song that's just saying Stargrove. Again, the movie can't decide what it is.
Stargrove, flying like you never flown. Stargrove, running to a danger zone. Stargrove.
He has, as I put, he has a friend like Data from Goonies, but his name is Cliff. But he has an invention, and he helps him cheat on a test, which is your introduction to this guy. And this is your introduction to John Stamos and his friend. Also, John Stamos gets picked on because he does gymnastics, and the wrestling guys pick on him. I guess, even though he's apparently like the star athlete, you think they'd all be like, well, I mean, he is the star, but I guess not. I guess not.
No, not wrestlers. Wrestlers think they're,
I don't know. The backwoods school I went to, all the sports teams were all on friend terms for the most part. Except for us soccer guys. The soccer guys, we were always the ones who got left out of everything. We got picked on, but the wrestlers, the football, all of them were all friends. Which, because I think they were like mostly all the same people who played football also did wrestling when football wasn't on.
Yeah.
But regardless, so he cheats on this test, which is just like, okay, a way to introduce he's got basically like his tech savvy whatever friend, I guess. Also, he has what looks like a flamethrower, and I think he calls it like the flame spitter or whatever. When he fucking uses this later, it does not do what I thought it did, and I was blown away by what this thing does later. But yeah, see, because then I have down here that we get Drew Stargrove, his father, because they mentioned that it's Parents' Day at the college, and it's like, is your dad gonna be here? He never shows up to anything. We get the idea that Lance says he works for an oil company, and he does things, so he probably won't be there, but maybe he says he would this time.
Yeah.
So this is where we get Drew Stargrove at the Hoover Dam, going down in the tunnel with a team, and he tells his team, like, I got a place to be. We got to make this real quick. You got to get the bad guy and make this quick. I got a place to be, whatever. This is where I have a note of one of his teammates, whose name's Carruthers. And the way it's spelled drove me fucking nuts. But he's the gingeriest ginger I've ever fucking seen. He's just neon orange hair and beard. Stands out like a sore thumb. But yeah, this is where the team, they're going to blow through the wall. They have to apparently blow through the wall to get in the base. I guess there's not another entrance or anything they could have done. Also, doesn't seem like you're being very spy and sneaky if you're blowing a fucking hole in a wall. But
well, if you're underground,
what
it
am I
may
doing?
be. I mean,
maybe it also explains why they get caught so fucking easy.
Yeah.
Besides the other thing that makes you know why. But also when they're blowing up the hole in the wall, I started to laugh because they put like C4 putty on a wall, and then they like go away, and then Drew's like, oh shit, it fell up, and it's just like the fucking blinking stick in the putty that he has to like put back on, so that I just fucking couldn't.
By the way, the putty was little more than a couple of sticks of gum. By the way, I just couldn't get that out.
It really was. They blow a hole, and then as if blowing a hole is not bad enough, they also have to take a blowtorch and cut the rebar pipe. And I'm like, so it blew the concrete, but it didn't destroy the rebar pipe. What are we doing here?
I mean, it was a small charge, so yeah, it could have.
Giving too much credit.
I'm trying to give it logic here, you know.
You're trying to put logic in a movie that doesn't know what the hell it's trying to be at any point. Oh, but yeah, so they have like a blowtorch, like a whole torch kit, and he's like cutting the rebar, and then of course, oh no, much like Return to Salem, the Ginger's the bad guy. He knocks out the teammate and goes to kill Drew. But you know, Drew's like our super Bond special agent type, so he gets shot in the leg, but he's able to knock him out, whatever, and he deals with him. Jesus Christ. And sorry folks, this goddamn movie. So then they start to go into the base. They're gonna go deal with whatever's going on here, which we find out the plot here in a second. It cuts back over to Lance as he's getting ready for a gymnastics tournament, and they're like, "Is your dad gonna actually be here?" Yeah, he should be, but I gotta get prepared. So he's doing that, and then this is where fucking Drew and his teammate, who he woke up, even though he literally got blackjacked in the back of the head. It's not like here's some smelling salts, wake up. Like, no, that man might actually be dead. Like, he just got whacked in the head. But they go into the space and immediately start getting surrounded by all the bad guys. And he pulls out a fucking umbrella. Now, this made me laugh because I'm like, what could they possibly do with a fucking umbrella?
Hey. I've seen the Umbrella Academy.
Dude, not. No, apparently he borrowed something from fucking Batman's Penguin, and it's a bulletproof umbrella, and he holds it up in front of him to catch all the bullets, and he's like, go for the exit, I'll hold them off. Until somebody like...
That would be 1966 Batman. We won't go there.
hey, you know. But, so the teammate goes off that way until someone uses apparently a shotgun, and it like knocks the umbrella out of his hand. But it doesn't matter. They all get away.
By the way, just to point out, that's probably the most realistic part of this movie, where the force of pressure from the shotgun blast would actually knock whatever was trying to block it out of the way.
I fucking hate that that's true. I hate that so much. So his teammate gets off. Drew thinks he's got to get out, but then his teammate comes falling back down the exit shaft that they came in. And this is where they find, like, they're caught by Ragnar. Him and his whole crew, they all plan this. It's all sabotage. His teammate's dead. He gets captured. And this is where I had that they're all Mad Max punk goons. Why is this a choice for your bad guy? They just how they all like furs, leather straps, mohawks, some dude shaved. Also, Gene Simmons had to completely shave himself for this, because if you've never seen Gene Simmons, he has a very hairy chest, and apparently they made him shave everything for doing this. And he's
a walking hairball. Yeah, he
is. Yeah, he is. But this here, when he's talking with Ragnar, they say what we're all thinking watching this.
Come on, this is stupid. You're right. Very stupid.
Which is, this is really stupid. And I went, yes, it is. This entire movie is that statement. But we found out, like, Drew apparently somehow, like, the woman stole the disc, somehow got it to Drew, and then Drew hid it away. Ragnar needs him to give him the disc so he can release the poison. It's a whole fucking thing here. But then he, like, I don't understand what trap he has in his, like, overalls here. But he goes to reach it, like, I have it right here. And then the bad guys are like, no. We'll get it for you. We don't know what you have. And he just, like, slams the dude's hand in his overall and just, like, snaps his fingers? Did he have a fucking, like, bear trap in his overalls?
There was blood, man. There was
Yeah,
blood.
that's why I'm like, what the fuck is it?
Actually, I thought from a secret agent standpoint, that was actually pretty creative. That, you know, somebody's going to be digging through your pocket looking for something. You know?
So that happens, and then he pulls out a fucking lighter, or what looks like some kind of lighter, throws it, it explodes. He goes to get away. They give chase. Here comes the first thing I snapped to the guys. While I was crying, laughing, and I'm not even kidding. I even sent them pictures of the tears rolling down my face and how hard I was laughing. Because he gets up to the top of a walkway, and there's a bad guy with a machine gun, and they're about to get, like, fight whatever, and Drew shoots him. This man falls off and falls to the bottom, but it's so clearly a dummy that they don't even try to hide it, and I died, because I was like, most movies at least try to make you think that it looks like a real body, but this motherfucker, like, is stiff-legged.
No.
Railing.
Not in the 80s. They really didn't. If you watch TV shows and stuff, you could always tell when it was a mannequin or a flop dummy. Yeah.
It was so funny, and they do it again later at the end of this movie. It's even funnier to me. Oh.
Well, from what I understand, Gene offered to do his own stunt, throw himself off of the dam, but, you know.
You know, I'll hold my statement to myself about that. So Drew gets away. He starts, he like slips away from everybody, and you're thinking to yourself, like, okay, well, he is like a super spy, so I guess this would be like he's injured, so he'll go back to base. No, in fact, he just runs into Ragnar, who somehow cut him off. Like, I guess maybe he has extra tunnels, but, like, got in front of him. And they have this fucking exchange about, like, you stop my plan, or, like, I'm just gonna get, I'm gonna get the thing you hid from me, blah, blah, blah. This fucking guy, he's like, I don't have time for your shenanigans, Ragnar. I got somewhere to be. You've lost a lot of blood. Now you're going to lose even more. And he pulls out what I can only fucking describe as an elephant gun shotgun, because it is just a giant barreled gun. He blows a hole in this man's chest. This is the second snap I send, because this guy does a backflip through the air.
I've lost too much blood for your games.
Sweetheart, you're about to lose a lot more.
I was like, how over the top do you have to be to kill a super agent, dude? Oh, so Stargrove Senior, Drew, he's dead now. He's got a giant hole in his chest. And it doesn't waste any time. It doesn't give, like, Ragnar saying what his plan's gonna be, what he's gonna do. No, we just cut to the funeral. Like, it's just the funeral process, and we come back over to Lance, who's just like, I can't believe my dad's dead. Man, and they tell him he drove off a bridge. Like, he lost control and drove off a bridge, and I'm like, I'm gonna assume they have a closed casket, because your dad's missing, like, 80% of his chest. So I'm gonna assume. Oh,
Well, yeah.
But he gets, I think it's like, it's supposed to be the agent, like the boss of the agency his dad worked for. They have a conversation in the limo on the drive back to his, is he college or high school? That was where I was a little confused.
College.
Okay. So I was right. I was assuming college, but I'm like, well, at the same time, who knows? Maybe it's a fancy prep school. But they're talking about the bridge accident, but also he inherited a farm from his father. And he's like, my dad had a farm? And he's like, oh, he just thought it was best for you. You could live away from the city and the lights. And out of fucking nowhere, Lance just goes, my dad didn't drive off a bridge. I don't think he worked for an oil company. I hate all of you. You're not telling me the truth. And I'm like, at what point did he have... Because this movie doesn't give you anything. So at what point did he go, I don't think my dad works for an oil company. There's nothing to go on here. unless you have anything that you think it might be.
Well, I mean, just the overall situation of how many people showed up at his funeral and who showed up at his funeral. This guy's not acting like an oil exec type of thing, And the story just makes no sense that your firm that you never heard of. Yeah.
Speaking of people who showed up at the funeral, maybe this is what gave it away. There's a very young, attractive woman who shows up with a rose, but then she breaks it. It seems like she's frustrated and takes off in a fancy Corvette. And he goes, "That's not my mom. Who was that?" Maybe that gave it away. Maybe he's like, only amazing super spies have attractive women show up.
Because now you've got a strange woman, acting like she's heartbroken or something. You've got this firm that you've never heard of. So there's got to be, this isn't oil worker type shit.
My immediate thought would just be, Dad had a side girlfriend. Like, okay, well, I mean, hey, whoever floats this boat.
And he's about the same age as she's about the same age as me. Holy shit.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
For what happens later, that's a thanks, Dad.
Hey, Mom, did you know Dad was a player, right? By the way, we never see Mom, so we got to assume Mom's out of the picture. Yeah.
Did they? Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think they ever mention...
They don't mention her. He's not, standing next to her at the funeral. Hell, he's not even in the limo with her after the funeral. It's like... Yeah.
The only time they mention anything, and now that I'm thinking of it, when Ragnar had Drew prisoner in his office, whatever, at the dam, he makes one comment about his son not being a part of the business, but that didn't stop your wife. So maybe he killed his wife, but they don't fucking really tell you anything. Right. So I don't know.
I'm thinking she's dead because of the fact that she was nowhere to be seen for any of this other stuff.
I'm going to assume. But again, this movie doesn't really tell you much to go on. So, but then we cut over to the farm, that magical farm, because because Lance meets back up with the Cliff, and he's like, I'm going to find out what this farm is all about. And we cut over to it, and we get that beautiful woman from the funeral riding a horse. Because, of course, women love horses. We all know this. Everyone knows this. Everyone in the audience, you know.
You sound like Trump now. Everybody knows. We all know.
Everybody knows I have the best horses, that all the women want them. So she takes the horse in the barn, and she's brushing him off. She's taking care of him, whatever. And she gets attacked by what I have down again, Mad Max villains who are apparently looking for guzzling. Because we get this tall brick shithouse built of a man, which just comes in. He's like, "Where's the disc?" And then another dude jumps from the top. For some fucking he didn't come in through the other way.
Well, after she laid out the first guy, I mean she was not messing around with that first guy. She was about to I
have to know he activated her attack horse.
Yeah,
it's the horse apparently has commands to just.
Well, and I'm pretty sure even before that she was about to turn this guy into a gelding. Okay, she was, she This whole sequence is edited poorly though, because it really
the
sequence
fucking
didn't
is.
make sense.
She goes to a secret wall in the barn that has weapons, But she also hides in it, and in my mind, I'm like, because she comes back out, but in my mind, I'm like, could she not just, like, find another exit? Like, go through a different exit of the secret room? I don't know. Because I think we see it later, it's like an actual room. So I'm like, super spy. I feel like he'd have another exit if need be, but
Nah. Safe rooms don't tend to have secondary exits.
Well, this is just full of fucking weapons. I don't know if it's a safe room or just a weapon, but still.
Well, but if it's big enough for her to actually go into and walk into, it was more than a weapon wall, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But Paul's right. She comes out with a fucking, like, AK and makes the dude get down on his hands and knees and then makes him literally eat shit. And she like, fucking face plants him into horse shit.
Yeah, that's when the second guy drops down.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, this dude just comes in, again, from the top of the barn. Not the main entrance, just through a fucking window in the top for whatever reason.
Or a hayloft. There may have been we didn't see it, but there may have been a hayloft
maybe.
up there.
Could be a hayloft.
You can tell those of us who grew up in the country, we know what barns are.
Hey, I had a barn. I can show you. I can even put pictures on screen of my old childhood house. We had a barn, 2 garages, and a house, and a field, and woods.
And
I just wasn't
livestock
thinking
that you made
hayloft.
nervous, I'm sure, and livestock that you made nervous. Yeah.
No. We had horses and some cows, and then 1 goat, who was an asshole. Just saying, he was an asshole.
All goats are assholes. If you've never been around a goat, all goats are assholes.
I see people who get him as pets and they're like, he's so cute and lovable, and I'm like, dude, Jessup was a fucking douche. He would just hit you for no reason. Like, no.
Yeah, they're cute and lovable till they hit that age, and they're like, okay, I'm done with you.
Yeah, exactly. But this also made me once again question. Much like towards the beginning of this film, if we had somehow managed to pick a bad porn movie, because they say the line, give us the disc or we're going to tenderize your butt. And I went, that's a line somebody put in this movie, huh? Which is why I have, is this still an action movie or is this switched into a bad porn? Because we could go either way right now. The dude's basically shirtless with leather straps, so where are we going here? But this is where Lance shows up by surprise because he wanted to check out the farm. Once again activates fucking attack horse because she gives 1 command and the horse goes running off.
Yep.
They start shooting all over the place, which, to Paul's point about bad editing, the shooting segment here drove me insane because at first she shoots and the wall has like a couple cans and like a jug. And the first cut, a bullet hits the jug and the jug falls off. But then it cuts back to that wall and everything's still on the shelf and it hits a can. And I'm like, what is the editing? Every time we come back to this fucking wall, none of the stuff that fell off has fallen off.
In other words, they're just reusing the same shot, basically.
Over and over and over again. But this is where they start a fucking fire. And I say I laughed crying, and this is another one, because the fire goes down the hay. Which, like, yes, hay's very combustible. I could buy that. But why the fuck does she have a box of grenades just sitting in this barn? Because the fire goes to a bunch of grenades and explodes the barn. And I'm like, you have a whole fucking weapons room. Why are there grenades under the hay bales? What are we doing?
Well, and the fact that the guy who ran to the side of the barn to get on his bike or whatever, there's no way he got far enough away. No way he got far enough away.
They should both be dead. Both the bad guys should be dead. There's no way they get to that buggy. Oh. So, also, how far away is the house from the barn? Because they go to the house. And they're just like, yeah, it's fine. I just blew up my only barn. Oh. But this is where we learn that her name is Danger. Which I assume they were going to try to make a Bond reference with the name, but like... Jesus Christ, that's the best you could come up with.
The actress had a singular name too. Remember, go look at. Did you look that up? She had this.
She was one of those. I did not.
She was like Cher. She had a one name, one name. That was it. That's all she got.
That's. I don't think anyone wanted to be credited with this movie. But yeah, so she bandages herself up. And Lance has a bunch of questions, and he assumes, much like any of us would, that her and his dad, his dad was banging her, and she's like, no, we completely professional relationship. We never once slept together. He was a mentor, like he looked out for me, and I promised to look out for you. Blah blah blah. And they kind of start to bond. But this is another movie where they make a relationship happen way too fast with these characters, where it's like, plot's gotta happen, you two just gotta start falling in love. Just fuck actually making it happen, it's just gonna happen later.
Also, be careful what you pick up anywhere in this house, because it may kill you. Okay, so...
Yeah, fucking seriously.
Because apparently they left all their spy gadgets just laying around, you know?
They leave all the spy gadgets. Yeah, by the fucking grenades in the hay bale that nobody picked up, I assume the whole house is going to be like that. It's like, carefully go in the bathroom. You have the landmines
remember, because he picked up a pen or something. And if he would have handled it wrong, he would have stabbed himself in the throat. Yeah.
Yeah, they're bad spies. They're bad spies. They just got shit wherever.
Yeah, don't have the grandkids over, you know. No.
Yeah, that's not the grandkids' house. She gets visited by the ginger we saw before, again, who's Karunga or whatever, and I just don't care. The reveal later is even stupider. The reveal about this character I hated so much. Because it's almost too obvious of, like, you fucking people are the worst spies ever. Like, but he tells her about the Rangar apparently, like, was around, but then disappeared, and now he's back, and we gotta figure out what it is he wants. Why did he kill Stargrove? We gotta figure all this out, and he needs a disc. So she ends up going to Ragnar's bar. Leading up to this, she just puts on a dress and tells Lance, like, I've got to head out. You, I guess, stay here or just go home. It's too dangerous. But either way, I'm going to go have a nightcap. And of course, Lance follows her. There's no reason he should. There's literally no fucking reason he should be following her, but he does. When we get to Ragnar's bar, why the hell does everyone's motorbike and motorcycle, whatever, why are they all fucking horses? They all have metal horse heads on the four-wheelers, on the bikes. What is the theme? That was their motorcycle club identifier, you know? You know what I should have done? I should have looked up when the song Wanted Dead or Alive came out. Because then I could be like, oh, Steel Horse Iron Ride. That's fucking stupid. that's even dumber. Oh, that was really
that's probably exactly what it was.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's just them being like, oh, Steel Horse. Oh, it's just like, no.
On an Iron Horse I Ride, yeah.
Oh, but so they go into this bar. And this is where I again have the note, movie can't decide what the fuck this thing's trying to be, because the minute I saw the horse bikes, it was just like, what are we doing here? What is this? Because it doesn't play into the plot or anything to do with anything. The henchmen feel like they were just kind of thrown in to have more bad guys, and that's about it. Anyway, so Lance and Danger go into the bar, and this is where we get a drag show. Because we get Gene Simmons' character who comes out on stage and he's wearing basically just being fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's just like he's got a dangerous thing between his legs and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, what are we?
I'm telling you, there's no way there was never an outtake of him going, I'm just a sweet transvestite.
There has to be. There has to be. Like, I swear to God. Also, the bartender keeps hitting on Lance in this. She just keeps going up to Danger like, you better take care of him, honey. Don't let him out of your sight. He's a good looker. Which is like, well, I guess. But Danger won't really tell him anything. But basically just like, it's too dangerous for you to be here. Stop following me. All of this is... I'm not going to explain to you what's going on. Your dad didn't want you involved. I'm not going to do it for you. She leaves. Lance goes to follow, but then decides, I have a different idea. She's very invested in this Ragnar guy. She says he's a bad guy.
No.
Yeah, no shit. Earlier on, when he was with Cliff gave him bubblegum invention. I thought, as a logical human being, that it was like a tracking device. Because I'm like, oh, chew the gum, put the thing, track the thing. Okay, sure. Apparently it's a fucking microphone. So I just have to question, is this just because movie plot? Or did they even forget what the fuck it was? And they're like, nah, it's a microphone. Just fuck it. Because I swear to God, when Cliff gives it to him earlier, he says tracking device, but that is not what they do here. Because Lance goes back in, and he's like, hey, Ragnar, you put on a great show. Can I get your autograph? He signs it with the fucking Coke nail. Makes him get like a bottle of ink, and then signs it with a little Coke nail, whatever. And even Ragnar's like, your eyes look familiar, like I've seen you before. Folks, for the love of God, he looks nothing like his father in this movie, so how the hell that's giving it away is beyond me. But again, we never met the mom, so maybe he knew the mom, and that's where it comes from. I couldn't tell you, but he definitely doesn't look like his fucking dad. And he's like, tries saying Stargrove, but Lance says his name is Billy, and he's like, is that name supposed to mean something? Like, oh no, I guess not. Haha, silly me. Signs his picture. Lance puts the gum mic up on one of the fucking steel iron horse things on the wall, because that's all over the place. And then he goes back out to his bike, but we see his bike also gets sabotaged, which, you know, now that I think about it, no, I think maybe it was one of the henchmen. For some reason, I'm remembering it being the other agent, and I'm like, but that doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, regardless, his bike gets sabotaged while he's in there. And he's like, pulls out a little thing, and he goes to start listening to the mic, because he thinks Ragnar might tell him what's going on, or how if he killed his father, blah, blah, blah. But Ragnar apparently just fucking knows he put it in there, because he immediately pulls out a little bug-finding device, and he's just, ha-da-da-da-da-da-da, finds it, flushes it, and I'm like, did he watch him put it there? I feel like there's a little tiny scene in here somewhere missing. But alright. So he doesn't get anywhere there. And then this is where he goes to leave. And a drunken biker...
apparently the world's loudest toilet, because when he flushed it, you know, what is for his
fucking
blood,
seriously. It's the loudest toilet. But he goes to get on his bike and leave, and a drunk guy comes up to him, and he's like, oh, that's a nice bike. What is that, a Yamaha? Oh, you didn't buy that yourself. Goes to steal it. movie plot armor, Lance is saved because the minute the guy starts it, he explodes into a million fucking pieces and just disintegrates. Lance takes off. He ends up getting back to the dorm. I guess the next day, because it's nighttime when all this is going on. But he gets back to the dorm and Cliff's like, hey, where the hell have you been? And he's like, hey, I need to borrow your bike. Well, where's yours? Don't have time to explain. Just give me your bike. Don't ask me questions. So he takes his bike and he races. This is another thing, folks. There has to be things missing because he chases down Danger, but I'm like, how did he fucking know where she was? He just automatically knows where this woman is. Like, he just has hot girl track finder on his, like, phone from the future or some shit. I know it's supposed to be that, like, he overhears something about Ragnar, or maybe they say something, but regardless, he just fucking knows where she is. And he races her down. She tries to lose him. And then Mad Max guys come back. A bunch of bikers for the Mad Max fucking crew show up, and they try running Lance down. So then she, as I have in my notes, pulls Fast and Furious and slows down and goes under a semi-truck and on the other side so she can hide and wait. And then proceeds to pull out a big-ass Magnum and shoot the two Mad Max guys to save Lance. Also, she ditches the fucking bike because immediately they're just like, that was way dangerous than I thought, but now you know I'm in danger just as much as you. And she goes, okay, cool, get in the fucking car, leave the bike, whatever. Which Cliff does bring up later, like, where's my bike? It's like, oh yeah, sorry about that, it's outside Hoover Dam somewhere. I don't know, just on the side of the fucking road. What a dick. Lance is a terrible roommate. So then
Also, Lance is dressed like a Power Ranger, which I really don't understand. But you know.
Don't understand either, sir. But they don't get very far down the road before we get more goons that use a spike strip. They pop all the tires of the car, and then they just immediately fucking take Danger. Like, this movie's not a comedy, but they throw a tiny net on her, catch her, throw her in buggy, and I'm like, what kind of super spies are these? Like, she couldn't counter a net? What the fuck am I watching? And then they take Lance, and they take her separately. They take off. They have plans for her, I guess. But then two of the guys take Lance back to the farmhouse because they think that he has the disc or he knows about the disc, whatever. It then just comes the dumbest, a badly done stunt torture scene where they have Lance in the sink and they're like smashing his face in plates and whatever, but like his face isn't even in the sink. So, like, it's just like clearly hovering above it and they're just moving him side to side. I'm like, what are we doing here, movie? What are we doing?
Hey, you can't damage John Stamos' face in 1986.
That's the moneymaker. That's the moneymaker. You can't. Just maybe don't have the scene, but hey, you know. Oh, but they do that for a bit. And then he ends up getting tossed around the house, getting the shit kicked out of him. And he finds his dad's medal. I guess a war medal of some kind. I don't recognize it myself. But regardless, apparently that gives you kung fu powers. Because he immediately stands up and knows how to fight back and kicks their ass. And I'm like, he knows gymnastics, but like martial arts and gymnastics are two very different things. Where did he learn to fight all of a sudden?
The only thing they didn't do was cut into, and everybody was kung fu fighting. But you know,
It's literally the only thing they're missing. But yeah, he just knows how to kick their ass all of a sudden. Like it's touching the metal gave him powers. Oh. So he beats up the goons, and the goons tell him about, like, oh yeah, that's it's Ragnar, it's gonna be at the Hoover Dam, blah blah blah. He gives him a fucking James Bond thing. It's just like, remember, it's Stargrove. Lance Stargrove. And I'm like, movie, we're too far in to be doing this now. Also, you're saying that to, like, the fucking bad guy who kicked his ass? What are we doing here? It's not even when he's getting a drink or meet somebody. Like, this is where we throw the fucking line in? Oh. He doesn't have to go very far, though, because Cliff ends up showing up at the farm because I guess he knows where it is because Lance talked about it or whatever. But he shows up with a brand new bike. And Lance understandably questions, where the fuck did you get a brand new bike? And Cliff's just like, I threw it on your credit card. Hope you wouldn't mind. Made some modifications to it in the past, like 24 hours, if that. Not even. It's been like 6 hours. He's completely apparently modified a fucking bike.
hey, this guy doesn't mess around because he'll be later that same year. He'll be in Big Trouble in Little China. Leave him alone.
I fucking knew he looked familiar. And it's like, I've fucking seen this guy somewhere before. Oh. Okay. So yeah, they get a modified bike. Lance goes and grabs a shotgun. Of all the fucking guns in the gun room in the barn or wherever the fuck, he picks a fucking shotgun. Not the machine gun, not anything else that could have been helpful here. A fucking shotgun that has too much goddamn ammo for how many people he shoots in the scenes coming up. Oh. And then of course Cliff also brought the flame spitter, whatever, that again, once I saw what it actually did, I laughed so hard because it is so fucking funny to me. It's basically just an overpowered potato gun with fire. I don't fully understand how it works, but it made this movie entertaining a tad bit. So they ride out.
And it blows up real good, or blows things up real good.
It makes very inconsistently explosions. 1 minute it's able to do a lot, and then the next minute it's like, just small area to kill this one specific guy. Oh. So, this is where we get Robert Englund, because we go over to Ragnar, who's at the base of operations, whatever, and they're looking over the poison. And this is where Robert Englund comes in. He's apparently the fucking scientist who made the poison. He's such a small role in this movie. Lucky him. This is where I have to question, what the hell is this poison? Because he looks over and he's showing him, this is a goldfish that's been drinking the water with the poison. And it just looks like a frogfish. And if you don't know what a frogfish is, you can easily Google it. And I'm like, is it poison to kill people, or does it fucking mutate things? I don't fully understand the plot point for this movie, because that's definitely not a goldfish.
Riley, what is that? A goldfish. I kid you not. A plain, ordinary goldfish that's drinking that stuff. All we need now is that disc, and we're there.
I don't understand what they're doing. But also, as Sergeant Redacted pointed out, the Hoover Dam just kind of does power. Just don't really like the water supply. So, like, even he was a tad confused what the hell they were talking about. Oh. So, yeah, apparently this mutates things in some severe degree, I guess. I don't understand it.
Well, the lake that it feeds into could actually feed some of the local
that could
supplies, but
that could be. So yeah, that's where we get the poison. We get his plan is to overload the dam with the poison and it'll go in the water and it'd be this whole fucking thing. Apparently is his plan, his evil plan. I couldn't find. He's not even ransoming, so like he's just evil to be evil, I guess. I don't understand. But this is where they show Lance and Cliff show up, and they go in to go find Danger, and they're gonna save her. And this is where I have the note immediately of that's not a flamethrower, that's a fucking explosive potato gun. As he begins to shoot it. And they film like a slow motion little fireball that comes out of it. You clearly see it's something just that, like, whether it was a string, whatever, it just kind of goes to its target. I laughed so hard.
Well, I mean, dude, it was definitely an 80s movie.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you know.
The budget was not there for things they were doing.
You know. It's funny how you're nitpicking this apart, but I know for a fact that you like a lot of that weird shit that showed up on the Sci-Fi Channel, and that stuff was not that much higher than this, really. Yeah.
Hey, there are some of those that put more effort. Not all of them, but there were a few gems in there. But this movie, I would never watch again. This was I laughed my ass off for the one time I ever watched it, and I'll never see it again in my entire life. But yeah, so they blow. They just run through. Lance is just shotgunning dudes left and right. Fucking Cliff is blowing people up with whatever the fuck this thing is that he has.
By the way, I'm telling you, if you bother to watch this movie, if I was in a situation where I was with Cliff, I'd be like, you go way over there because you're going to be drawing a lot of fucking attention. The man would dress like a flag that said, shoot me.
I would also be saying that because he mentions that it's like two unstable chemicals being put into a thing to then make a projectile, and I'd be like, yeah, unstable, get the fuck away from me. It's like one wrong move and that could just take us both out. Oh. But this is where they get to an incinerator, which is where Danger's held. I assume it's an incinerator. It's possibly the weirdest incinerator I've ever seen. Because the gauge is going up saying it's like whatever degrees in there, but there's just little flames that are coming out, and she's perfectly fine. Yeah. So holy fuck, this thing does not work. Oh, but this is where they get to her. They've killed a lot of the bad guys. Cliff uses his thing. He blows out the back wall. They escape. I say barely, but like I just can't begin to understand. So at this point, they meet back up with what is it? The head boss, the agency, whatever the hell his dad worked for, and they're coming up with like, oh well, what is it Ragnar wants? Why would he be trying to kill you guys? They tell him about like, oh, he stole a disc. He needs it to do the poison bullshit thing that he's gonna do, whatever. Karungar, whatever, the double agent is just in the room and he's like, yeah, he won't give up so easily. We'll have to really be on our guard. We're gonna have to set up a trap, and the two of you are just gonna have to be there. We'll catch him in the act. Nobody else in this fucking agency catches on except for Lance. Because after they leave this meeting, Lance is like, he's a bad guy. Like, he's clearly a bad guy. And Danger's like, what do you mean? He's like, he sent you into trouble, and now he's talking about, like, we have to just be living bait. He's clearly the bad guy. Like, he's not a good guy. And I'm like, the not spy is the smartest one in this agency. Like, what the fuck? Nobody's put that together? Like, supposedly he's on the mission with your dad. Everyone else is fucking dead except for him. He sends it. Like, how did no one else piece that? Jesus Christ. Because even Danger tries to fight back with, like, I've worked with him. He's a great guy. He's a great agent. It's like, there should be a lot of, like, dots that got connected a while ago here.
And let me just say that he's got a really bad wig going on. Okay?
It's such a bad wig. Such an obvious fucking thing. For people in their 30s, around my age, or maybe even a little younger, depending if you had an older sibling, if you've ever seen the Amanda Bynes show, when she would do things and it was just like a hat, like a beard got thrown on quick and whatever, that's the extent that he looks with the red wig and red beard. It looks so obviously not real. Like, holy shit. So thank you for bringing that up, because yes, even a fucking blind man. I mean,
from the first scene he's in, I'm like, oh, that is a bad wig.
It's real bad. Oh.
Now it does surprise me that who's underneath the wig, though, because it really does. It is him, by the way, but it just doesn't look like him at all.
So, this is where Danger and Lance.
I keep wanting to think that her last name is Robinson and her middle name is Will. Danger Will Robinson.
You know what? Why not? They just should have. We could have just added a whole nother movie into this fucking thing. Why not? It's already a mismatch. So they get put up in their house. The team's watching them from afar, which makes this entire next sequence the most awkward goddamn thing. Because apparently, Danger's now in love with Lance. And we have like a 5-minute bit here of her like oiling herself up. She's doing her thing. And again, this is not a comedy movie, but Lance, in the time that she oils up and is sunbathing, topless, he finishes an entire soda, an apple, and has time to get a second fucking apple. Like, for a movie that's not a comedy parody, that's straight out of a comedy parody. Jesus. And again, reminding everyone, she is topless and faces herself to literally where she knows the team is fucking watching them, which is wild. And apparently hosing herself off was enough to get Lance, which, you know what? She's an attractive woman. I'll give it to him, you know? That water's probably cold. Anyway, they have an entire sex sequence here with a dude going way too fucking hard on the saxophone. Holy shit. I've seen some 80s movies and whatnot where, like, they have the saxophone sex scene, but it's usually a bit more like mood tone, and this one the dude just wailing on it. Holy shit.
They couldn't afford the Kenny G. Leave it alone.
Yeah, they couldn't get Kenny G. They just had whoever it was in the booth like, hey, you play saxophone, just go hit a few notes, fuck it, we'll just throw it in there. Jesus. So this is where, again, how the fuck does no one know that Carruthers is a fucking double agent? Because they take too long in the house and he goes, I'm going to take the chopper down there. See what's going on. Don't send backup till I tell you it's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and take the chopper down to this, what we're supposed to be secretly watching from afar. Let me go put a fucking chopper in the yard real quick. Which was my next note of like, yes, the secret espionage guys fly a loud ass helicopter where they're not supposed to be.
Nobody will notice. Leave it alone. Yes.
Yeah, no one fucking notices anything in this movie. They especially don't notice because Cliff, who brought his bike, he mentions that he made a special compartment to hold the disc his dad was supposed to be hiding. Because we find out his dad sent it to him in the mail, and it was a whole thing of, that'll keep it safe because my son's not involved. But back to the point of nobody fucking notices anything in this goddamn camp. Cliff just gets knocked the fuck out in the middle of camp, and somebody takes the bike that you see in the background of the dudes who were on watch duty with the binoculars. No one noticed any of this, and somebody's able to just take it, which we find out is the built like a brick shithouse Mad Max dude from the barn earlier. Nobody noticed him walking around either, like that really big buff guy.
Have you ever played video games lately? They never notice shit.
That's fair, but this is again supposed to be like spy agency people. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, so they have the bike now. We get that there's like body doubles being brought in for Lance and Danger from the helicopter, and they get taken. And this is where we get the reveal.
They have this. They have the skills. Nobody will find them. Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah. No one will notice these people in clearly bad wigs pretending to be these two. It's fine, because when they walk out and you see the like frizzled wig, I'm just like, really? Fucking serious? Because the agency dude looks at it, he's like, oh, it's fine, they're out there, and I'm like, those look nothing like the two people you're supposed to be keeping an eye on. But inside the chopper, this is where Danger's talking to Carruthers, and she's like, you were a good agent. Like, what are you doing? Why are you helping Ragnar? And this is when we get the stupid fucking reveal where he rips off the beard and the wig, and he still has the fucking eyeshadow and shit, and he's like, I am Ragnar. It's like, Jesus Christ, movie.
Yeah.
And Ragnar!
My God, it is Ragnar!
Surprise! Surprise!
What the? That's it. That's it. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man.
What are we fucking doing here?
Oh. By the way, I will say that Simmons, when he does that cackle laugh, he does that one freaky thing though. He, like the Undertaker, he can roll his eyes back so you see nothing but the whites of his eyes. And
yeah, which is neat. It's a neat thing.
The Undertaker does it better because Undertaker can do it on command, just sitting there and just roll his eyes back. It's freaky as fucking shit.
I would do it, but I don't. I got so much shit on my eyelids. I don't want anything to fall off and then be stuck behind my fucking eye. I used to do that all the time to freak people out. I thought it was funny. I also did the thing where you like you flip your arms around and shit, and people are like, stop doing that. I was like, nah, it's funny. Just like the reaction you all have.
I think it was he said that he did that. I think it was Stone Cold didn't believe he could do it, and the first time he just stood there and did it, freaked him the fuck out. It's like, yeah, that's absolutely real. It's like, oh,
that's fair. I believe it is fair. People get freaked out really easy with things.
Well, because it's not something that most people can do. You
really? I thought everybody could do the rolling your eyes thing.
No, they can't. They can't roll their eyes back so you can see nothing but the whites. Most people cannot do that.
I thought that was just the thing everybody could do. I used to also be able to fit my whole fist in my mouth as a kid, and my grandparents would be like, "Stop doing that! You're gonna hurt yourself." And I was like, "But I can do it." And they're like, "Just we don't want to take you to the hospital." And I was like, fucking.
That'd be
I did the weird shit. And then before I got fat, because I was skinny for most of my life, I only got fat because of other circumstances. But I used to also do the thing where you like suck your gut in, so then your ribcage shows, and people go, oh, fucking stop. I was like, what? I'm just really skinny. I was such a prick of a kid. I did shit like that all the time. Oh, now I'm fat and I can't do that. Anyway.
Well, you could lose weight, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, bit of behind the scenes here about Junkie Pants. I actually have been losing weight since I was in Guam to here. I've gained a bit back now, but that's because none of our fucking workout equipment has shown up yet. And at this point, we still don't know when any of our shit's going to get here. So I've put some of the weight back on, but I do plan on the minute we have shit back, like going back into doing what I was doing before and losing more weight again. Which is new because I fucking hate working out. I get so bored and I hate it. Anyway, so Carruthers reveals to be Ragnar in the dumbest fucking way. Which it's another thing of like no one noticed this before, like when Carruthers just wasn't around.
Yeah.
And like Rangar was doing, like no one pieced this shit together.
No.
Oh. So Lance and Danger get taken back to the base of operation. Ragnar gives the most random fucking speech I've ever heard. I literally didn't understand anything he was talking about other than like chaos reigns or whatever and like party on, and I'm just like, what is the point of this speech? I'm so confused. Are they gonna kill everyone to just party nonstop? I don't understand what they're doing. So I just have the Ragnar gives a nonsense speech because it's really what it is. And then they bring in Lance and Danger, who apparently they're gonna fucking murder right off the gate for whatever reason. Which I assume is to make Lance give the disc, but then that doesn't make sense because then he's like, oh no, we already have the disc, so we're just gonna kill you to kill you, I guess. This is where I found the name of the big buff dude from the barn, who is also apparently Ragnar's lover. But Lance picks a fight with him, and his name is Pyramid, which might be the dumbest fucking name in this entire movie. It's like, why? Why is he named Pyramid? But he makes a joke at him about, I can tell which one of you's on top when you're in the bedroom, and it definitely isn't you, Pyramid. It's just like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. So they go to get into a fight. And apparently Lance made plans with like the head of the agency beforehand. Again, scenes that just aren't fucking included in this movie. But Lance had said he never trusts Carruthers and he didn't trust the plan. But they never give you the scene of him making this fucking plan. So the agency just shows up and starts saving them. And I'm like, there's a scene somewhere that just wasn't included to like, hey, we're gonna get captured and taken to the base, and then you can come in and blah blah blah. So that happens. They come in, they start shooting everybody, and then Ragnar and Riley, who's the scientist there, they get the poison thing all prepped up, and Riley's like, yeah, you can set it off with this remote charge in this briefcase. You just need this code and put in the disc, and you're all good. So they go to take off. Lance and Danger show up. They get into some firefights with bad guys. Ragnar leaves Riley to just fucking die. He also takes a semi with like two, like, I'm trying to think how to describe it, because it can carry either sand, dirt, whatever. But like it has two fucking like bed trailers on it that are empty. Why he chose that as his getaway vehicles beyond me. Maybe just Gene Simmons wanted to drive a truck. Yeah. So Ragnar takes off. He has the remote detonator and the disc. Lance grabs a bike and chases after him. Ragnar gets to the Hoover Dam. Apparently this is where they have to be to set this off. And he picks up some fucking flowers and just like skips through on top of the dam and is like, I win. Lance shows up and immediately just gets ambushed. He just starts getting his shit rocked. And even Ragnar throws the flowers at him. Is like, some flowers for your grave. Ah! It's just like, what are we watching? What are we watching here? Lance gets the upper hand. And this is something Paul had alluded to in the beginning. Because Ragnar looks at him and says that I'm half man and woman. I'm better than you. Lance's response is that, well, I'm all man, and I'm here to save the day. And I went, that's a wrap, right? The credits can just roll now.
Yeah.
So you see, you're never too young to die.
But then the credit roll really comes in because they say the fucking movie title line. Like, Ragnar gets Lance knocked over the railing, and he's, like, smashing his hand up to, like, make him let go. And he's like, you're never too young to die. And I went, well, right there. Right there, movie can just end right there.
I also thought for a minute that Gene was gonna tongue Uncle Jesse out there. But,
he fucking tongue kisses people so many times in this movie. It's like, hey, remember that thing I could do with my tongue? What if we work that in a few times? Hey, John Stamos, let me stick my tongue down your throat. Like, what the fuck, man?
It really did look like he was going to lick him or something. Yeah.
Yes. 100%. Danger arrives by chopper. And she can't get a shot without shooting Lance. She doesn't want to hurt him. And yeah, this is where Lance is like, oh, Ragnar, you're so beautiful. Which somehow fucking works.
Well, because he's figured out that feed into his ego, because you could tell that he,
I guess it's just so fucking random in this movie. It's fair.
It was, but as viewers, we had seen hints of that side of him. I don't know where Lance would have figured that out.
I don't either, my friend. So Ragnar goes to stab him with the nail, and then he does that. So then Lance stabs him with the nail. And this is when you get the second dummy that falling off the dam, where he just kind of slides down at one point. There's no blood, no nothing. Just him screaming. Oh. So that's it, because then they're going to shut down the device. But then Ragnar had told him before, too, about, like, silly, haven't you ever seen these movies? Once it's started, you can't shut it off. So what does Lance do? He can't put in a code. He can't bypass the release of this poison. Going back to what I said earlier about stand over there because 2 unstable chemicals, you're going to fucking kill us both. That's exactly what Lance does. Is he cranks up the fucking nozzles on the thing and throws Cliff's fucking explosive gun and the device. And I guess it blowing up just negates what it's doing. I guess. They didn't have, like, a coding system backup or anything. Whatever. So that destroys it. Everything's saved. The ending made me laugh just a tad bit. Because we get the agency, like, you were really good out there. You really put a stop to Ragnar's plan. We could use more people like you. What do you want to become an agent? Hell no. I just want to go back to school. I don't want anything that I've been shot at. I've had the shit kicked out of me. Some weird man, woman, whatever tried to stab me. Like, no, I'm done.
Hey, and I don't know if you saw it, there were supposed to be sequels.
yeah, the minute I saw this was pitched as a start of a franchise, I assumed there were probably sequels that were supposed to happen. Oh, I also assumed that there would have been sequels, because the ending to this movie is he drives off in the buggy with Cliff, and then he comes back around because he forgot Danger, and he's like, all right, well, I mean, I guess we did make love. I mean, I guess I have to bring you with me now. And as they're driving away, she mentions, like, hey, we never went back and double-checked Ragnar's body, and protocol says we should go back and make sure he's dead, because he could come back. And that's where I went, like, oh, they were going to make Gene Simmons do this again, weren't they? There were going to be sequels with that character. Oh, God. And that's the end of the movie. They ride off in the sunset. This hands down is one of the worst movies we've ever covered.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you consider worst, because I mean, it's bad, but it's not. I mean, it's not Uncle Sam bad. You know,
it is not Uncle Sam bad. I will say to anyone out there, personally, don't listen to Paul. Take it from Jogi, who does watch movies.
I'm not saying watch it. I'm just saying you keep saying it. I really don't think it's the worst movie we've ever seen. Not even by a long shot.
I don't know. I'm ranking it up. It's ranking it up there for not being very good, at least. But here's what I would say to all of you. If you seriously just want a good laugh. Now, I wasn't high watching this. I could only imagine if I had been able to be high how I would have taken watching this movie. It's worth one watch for just, you will laugh the hardest you've ever fucking laughed at some of the dumb, over-the-top shit it does. And then never watch it again. But, like, it's good for, like, that. I've seen my once through. I will never watch this again.
I would say too, if you want to see John Stamos at one of his earliest, when he was
that's fair
General
too.
Hospital too. If you're an Uncle Jesse fan, you might.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you know him from Full House, here's something else he somehow got roped into. Again, I feel like everyone was sold on this is going to be Son of Bond. We're going to do a spy movie, and everyone is like, oh yeah, that'll make money. That'll be a great career choice. And that this is the movie that got made. And everyone's like, oh, the hell did I just make? What was I just a part of? And it's like, oh. It has the bones of being some kind of spy movie. Someone got lost in the sauce somewhere writing this and added way too many things.
Well, apparently the whole transvestite thing, was added later.
I did see that. The Gene's like, yeah, no, he wasn't originally that. And then they were like, what if? It's like, who the fuck? You know what? The dude who brought that up, fire him. Like, fire that guy. It's like, what are we doing
I mean,
here?
unless it was Gene. I mean, who knows,
You know what? Maybe it was, and that's why he doesn't want to acknowledge. He's like, I came up with the worst part, and I'm sorry.
Gene is the one who chose to do the evil cackle laughter shit. So,
You know what? You're on to something here.
He played it over the top, so there's no way he can blame other people for him playing it over the top like that,
I think I feel the worst for John Stamos. Of like, you're just like, you're a hot ticket, like your career's just starting to take off, and they're like, boy, we got a movie that'll really help you. Poor John Stamos.
He would have known reading the script. Yeah, this ain't gonna do it. But
I don't think anyone read the script until they were on set. That's how it feels watching this. Oh, so that's Never Too Young to Die. What a random movie. Things happen. We're recording this. The Happy Death Day episode will be coming out shortly after we recorded this. So if you watch that, I did see a lot of people went and watched our Jaws one, and thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate all of you that do come on and watch these. The next movie we cover, I hope the remake turns out better than what the original is. I honestly, I'm a little afraid to watch the next movie we cover. Just a tad bit. To bring in, to end out July going into August for what... Oh, anyway, you'll see that when it comes out. But yeah, so you can follow Paul. He's at CerebralPaul1 if you follow him on Twitter, where he posts a bunch of stuff for Lords of Gaming and various thoughts he has throughout the day.
And just general gaming news and general shit like that too. But yeah,
true. He'll also tell you if something's fake or real in the gaming world. If you're not true about all the rumors going around, because there's a fuck ton of them right now, he'll be able to sort you right.
Yeah.
He has better knowledge.
I pissed one of them off last night, as a matter of fact. So, yeah.
So, yeah, go check him out with Lords of Gaming. He also does streaming every now and again. You know, catch Cerebral Paul over on Twitch, because you never know. Never know when he's doing anything there. And for me, you already know where to find me if you're on this channel. You got What an Oddcast and Jokey Pants has Bad Taste here. Comment, like, subscribe. We appreciate you there. This part I will clip out and put up on social medias because this is actually kind of fun. Me and Maverick got to talking. We're bringing his show back, The Worst Nostalgia Trip Ever Taken. We're actually going to be doing a Patreon bonus series for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, a fucking terrible show. Convinced Maverick we're going to do a special mini season that's going to go on patreon.com/oddcast and there. And then after that, we're going to delve back into his show, and I have to watch Beetleborg Metallics. And I don't look forward to that because I know how bad that was.
That was not a good show, dude. That was no.
That's the whole point of his show.
Whole lot of no.
But that's because, we've talked about One on Oddcast on Refney's absent right now because he had another baby. And because of that, Heather hasn't been doing Worst Nostalgia Trip the past couple years. And Maverick's just like, yeah, fuck that. We're just going to do it. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm on board. So keep tuned for that. We'll have Worst Nostalgia Trip Ever Taken's coming back. It's kind of fun. But stay on, stay happy, and follow us on all the stuff. And yeah, unless Paul has anything else to add.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
He has nothing to add, so just you're never too young to die. Star Grove. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, as far as like bad movie, it wasn't the worst because I did laugh, but like, man, this movie was fucking something else.
It's actually starting to garner a little bit. People are finding it, and it's starting to garner a little bit of a cult following type of thing going on. But
movies like this always do, and I don't understand. It's every time.